Hi, my name is Anneth, Anneth. I'm from the Philippines. I'm currently living in Korea, South Korea.
How long here in Korea?
I've been here since 2004, so it's like 16 years ago.
Then I'd like to hear these days about your experience about the corona accident.
Okay, the corona. Yes, when the corona started here in Korea, I think that was February.
Yeah, around February.
Yeah, but it was not yet at extreme, and that's when also I left. I went to the Philippines to pick up my daughter.
Your daughter was there
Yeah,
already.
Yeah, she was there for the Christmas season. So yeah.
You've been there to pick up your daughter.
Yeah. And then we're supposed to come back on February 25th. But that was also the where the COVID cases in Korea went all the way up.
Right.
I think it was the center of the media by the time. So she needed a little bit time to recover. Therefore, we decided to go back home to my parents.
Where is the place? What about Baguio?
Baguio is part of the Cordillera. We are in the same region.
Same region.
Yeah, it's a bit far from the city actually. And so we decided to take 1 or 2 weeks rest before we could fly. And by that time, it was then the corona. The country decided to lock down the Philippines. Yeah. So we couldn't go out. First, it was like 2 weeks. The country has decided for 2 weeks lockdown, and then another 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks.
Then how long altogether?
16, almost 3 months,
Almost 3 months.
Yeah, 2.5, I think.
But already you have some business in Korea.
Yes.
Yeah. What kind of thing is it?
It is like a brokerage agency, to take care and assist foreigners coming in this town.
Then what's the nationality of the foreigners?
Of all over, there are mostly Northern Europe, Americans, Australians.
They are connected with the shipbuilding.
Yes. Yes, all of them are with the shipbuilding industry.
And in the Philippines, the lockdown, you couldn't do much.
We couldn't because it's total lockdown. So we cannot get out of the. We were not allowed to get out of the house, and that is monitored by police. And the police would stop all passing cars except ambulances, emergency cars.
Then could you contact by the internet or something?
No. At home, unfortunately, in that area, we don't have a phone reception or internet connection. But there is a part of the mountain where it's like air passing by that would bring the reception. So I could hike up the mountain and get some on and off internet and phone.
Going to the top of the mountain, how long did it take?
Okay, it was a couple of hours, but for me, I am not a hiker, so it took me a little bit, about 3 hours for the first time.
Then, so because of that, you would have some problem with the clients in Korea?
Oh yes, a lot, because by February then, most of the companies here are getting out their people.
Oh.
They come and take their people out.
Mm-hmm.
So we are on housing rentals. Where we have contracts with building owners. That's actually the problem, where we signed a year contract, and then the client suddenly have to leave because of the corona. We cannot also force the client to pay for the rest of the year, because this is not something they intended to do. And there's a lot of problem because they had to leave and I wasn't here and they couldn't contact me. And unfortunately, I have some friends that they were able to contact to let them know what was happening, so that they could send me a message. I was able to get some message. I go up the mountain once a week just to get some messages, but it was almost impossible to make calls because outgoing calls was the reception was not stable. So outgoing calls was almost impossible.
What about the airplane fare?
Oh, the airplane fare, it was quite expensive.
How much?
I think for one is almost, in Korean won, it's almost 80만 원. Usually it was like 40 or 50만 원 for round trip, but that was one way.
One way 80만 원.
Yeah.
Then you after arriving to Korea, then what happened?
We arrived in Korea. It was easier than I thought. We arrived in Incheon, and the police, the airport police, assist us all the way through. So they put us in a airport limousine and brought us somewhere, and then I think we stayed there for like 30 minutes, and then brought us to Gwangmyeong station for the train.
KTX.
Yeah, KTX. In the train, we were not with the rest of passengers. They separated us in one place. And when we were going inside the train, a police also was assisting us, and all of us who came from international arrival, because I saw that where we were was only for international arrival, and there was also for domestic. And all of us who came from the international arrival, we were in one place in the train, all the way to, I think every one of us, they have their destinations, but for us, we were, I think about 9 of us came to Jinju.
Jinju.
And then from...
They are all just going to Gyeongnam.
Yeah, Gyeongnam. Yeah, I think so. But there are only 2 of us, me and my daughter, coming to Koje. When we arrived in Jinju, an ambulance was waiting, who picked us up. And we didn't go right away home. They brought us to the health center for a test. And after the test, that's when we were brought home.
Then some quarantine?
Quarantine, yeah, 14 days.
14 days.
14 days quarantine. And we got, I think the next day, or right after 1 or 2 days, we got a food pack from the city. Yes.
After arriving, then that kind of procedure, what was your feeling about the Korean government's?
I think they are very efficient, very, very efficient. In a way that they didn't need to stop everyone from their activities, but they were able to separate people, so that in case we are contracted with the virus along the way, we would not be able to transfer it to other people. I think the process was quite efficient.
And I think some of them were somewhat generous, but some of them are not so good. Yeah, I think.
Yes, yes. One of the building where my clients stayed only like for a week or so. but I have to pay what was the agreement, the how many months. So what they did, it was that instead of me paying the whole 3 months, the couple, their old woman and grandpa and grandma, they made it half. Half of.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yes. So it was still loss for me because the company only pays for a few days.
Right.
The client would only pay for a few days, how many days they have stayed. But also at the same time, at least they could understand that it was impossible for me to also pay that much loss. But the other buildings, they want to stick with the contract. They want me to pay the whole year, even if I didn't use months, several months. One of the building, they don't want to return the security deposit, and they don't want to meet up. I wanted to meet up to settle it face to face, but they don't want to meet up nor to talk on the phone.
You lived here in Korea about 16 years, so what is your impression about that kind of thing of Koreans? Yeah.
In which way?
How can I say? Just about the calculation or some kind of business. Yeah. Some are generous or sometimes not so good. Yeah.
I think when it comes to calculation, Koreans tend to calculate in so much detail. I think the Korean mentality when it comes to business is business. Calculation have to be exact. There is no like I will forgive this or forgive that. Yet there is this part of the culture that I could say somehow, even if they are on this detail of how much they earn, there is still that they would give a gift or buy a meal, like to invite you for a meal in return of like a gratitude. I think yes,